All right. Well, welcome everyone. Those of you who are joining us virtually, this is the first time we've done this announcement this way, but I'm happy that we can. I'm Council President Elaine Clegg, and thank you so much for taking time to join us today. We're really excited about announcing the annual Neighborhood Reinvestment Program Awards. And I'm happy to be here to kick things off, and then I'll hand it over to the mayor to make the announcements themselves. This is an annual appropriation that the city makes, and it's used to fund improvements that are requested by our neighborhood associations. So these are not things that the city puts in our own budget. We ask the neighborhoods, what are the things that you'd like to have happen inside your neighborhood? And then those are the ones that they apply for, and the ones that are are awarded are the ones that get the most support from both the neighborhood and from the folks on the selection committee. These are projects that really impact the lives of residents directly. You'll see today some ones that are small and large, but all of them are really impactful. Things as simple as signage, directing people the correct way on the greenbelt to a full neighborhood plan. For instance, you'll see in the announcements today. As many of you know, I started my work as a citizen activist on city issues in my own neighborhood association. And these awards have been happening since then, since 1994. The city has allocated over 9.3 million total to this program. And that money has, I think, really helped neighborhoods all over the city to be able to accomplish the things that are tops on their list. This year, one of the awards will be a shelter that I recommended that the neighborhood apply for because they were feeling like the shelter was too far off in the plan, and they got it. So I'm happy that they're going to be able to go forward with this shelter much sooner than it would have been budgeted through the city. And they're excited about it as well. So I know how important these projects are both to you out in the neighborhoods, but I want you to also know how important they are to us at the city. This is a way for you to participate a little bit in our budgeting process by telling us the things that you'd like to see funded, and us having the capacity to make that happen. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to the mayor.
Well,
McLean.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Thanks so much, Council President Clegg, for joining us and for that perspective. You've been involved for many years with neighborhoods, as you rightly said, helping to invest in them, and to hear some of the highlights that you've seen over the years in terms of investments is really great. And we attempt every year to continue that tradition of investing in our neighborhoods, because we all recognize here at the City of Boise that strong neighborhoods are the lifeblood of our city. And to be a vibrant community for everyone, we have to do all that we can to invest in everyone's neighborhoods. And it was incredibly inspiring to see the level of interest, as we often do, always do, but to recognize that in the level of interest is witness to such dedication to the neighborhoods that our residents have. And that passion for neighborhoods and the engagement in the process and in our city is really inspiring as we seek to build a city for everyone. And with that, I'm going to read from a list, because 24 projects were proposed by 17 neighborhood associations, and the total amount of requests totaled almost $1.3 million. And we are excited today to announce that we were able to fund and selected 20 projects that represent a $548,000 investment in neighborhoods throughout the city. The types of projects that will be funded with these awards include neighborhood plans, as the council president pointed out, picnic shelters at parks and schools, signage recognizing the unique character of various neighborhoods, and multiple facilities or amenities that increase safety and comfort for cyclists, pedestrians, and those taking transit. So I'm honored to let you know about these great neighborhood investments that we're recommending. And I'll read it by neighborhood association, the project title, and then the funding recommended by the committee. So first off, this is in order of the alphabet. The Barber Valley, the Greenbelt Wayfinding Signage Project, proposed funding is at $2,100. Bora and Liberty Park Neighborhood Association's proposal for a neighborhood plan at $80,000. The Central Rim Neighborhood Association request for improvements on Harding Street, $40,740. Collister Neighborhood Association will receive $4,500 for bus benches on VRT routes along Collister. And they'll also receive $2,700 for sign toppers in the neighborhood. Energize Our Neighborhoods projects include the Depot Bench Public Art at $50,000 and a crosswalk at 23rd and Bannock. Liberty Park will receive over $10,000 for a bike repair station and drinking fountain. The North End will receive $25,000 for a gateway enhancement. Southeast Neighborhood Association will receive $57,000 for the Amity Road Pathway Phase 1. The Southwest ACA will receive $78,000 for the Molinar Park Shelter and Path. Sunset Neighborhood Association will receive $41,000 for Lowell Elementary Pavilion. Is this the one, Council President, that you were referring to when you talked about a pavilion? Oh no, you're muted. Oh, it was Molinar though, if I was able to read your lips, Molinar, okay. The Vista Neighborhood Association will receive $3,600 for 2 bike repair stations. And I missed Veterans Park. Will implement an identity kit and sign toppers with the logo only for $5,000. The West End Neighborhood Association will receive a grant of $5,000 for logo and identity work, as will Winstead Park Neighborhood Association. Winstead Park will also receive $44,000 for the Kelch Elementary walking path. And finally, we have the Southeast Neighborhood Association is receiving a grant of $10,000 for some art repairs in their neighborhood, as well as additional sign toppers to delineate their neighborhood association. And finally, Energize Our Neighborhood is also going to be receiving a grant of $37,000 to work on a crosswalk at Boise Avenue and Manitou Park. So with that, we have, I think, some very exciting investments that neighborhood associations will now be making within their neighborhoods based on the projects that they submitted and we accepted. And I want to congratulate everyone for the work that went into the proposals and for those of you today that will be receiving grant recommendations.
So I might add that, yes, it was Molinar Park that I had suggested that they apply for a shelter and they got it. I'm glad to see Sunset got one also. In addition, I used to take this informal path out of the back of Kelch Elementary School when I went there many, many years ago. So it's great to see that path formalized. These are some wonderful projects.
Well, thank you all. I think it looks like from this agenda, if there are any questions, we are taking them. I believe, is this Melinda or Lana that want to jump in here?
So far, I don't think that we have any questions.
Great.
Thank you, Council President Clegg.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today, everybody. Take care.